Welcome Tech Brothers Amir. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Synapse Pipeline from basic. Read CSV file from ADLS Gen 2 and load to the Dedicated SQL Pool table. Now, in the previous video, we used a copy data tool and or what you call that, I don't remember exactly. It was something like a copy data tool. We used that and that created us this pipeline that we have right here. Now in this one, what we are going to do, we are going to go from scratch and create all the pipeline and then follow all the steps here. Now before I do that, I'm going to show you the dedicated SQL pool and here is my dedicated SQL pool, and then I have the tables here and one of the table called customer heap. If I will go ahead and select the data from this table right there, let's execute. It doesn't have much. It has a customer ID, first name and last name, and that's the definition of my customer heap table. Now if I go to the container, this is my ADLS Gen 2 storage, and if I go right here and go to containers and let me show you what I have there. And here is my Synapse container, and that container, input container, has the customer CSV file that I would like to load, and that has the same columns and then has it 6 records, and it has header, customer ID, first name, last name. Great. Now let's go ahead and take a look how we can create the pipeline from scratch. The very first step you will do, you will go to this integration tab, then you will go to plus sign and go to the pipeline, and then that's what the pipeline will be created. You will give the name. In this case, I'm going to call this a PL and then CSV to dedicated pool. Okay, and now that's the name of our pipeline, and what we can do, we can publish here, and once we publish it will be saved under here. As of now, if I make any changes, not really saved right here. You can see this dot here. What we'll do once we will complete this one, then we have a lot of activities here, and you can kind of open all of them and then use which one you want, or also you can search from here. I want to use copy activity. Let's say if this tab was not fully open, then I can simply type the copy and it will give me everything related to the copy, but I know that it is existing in data move and transform, so I'm going to drag this here, and that's what the task or activity will use to load the data from our CSV file to the dedicated pool. Now if the very first step, you can leave this, everything is fine. This is a timeout 12 hours, it's fine. We have small file, no big deal. If it fails, no retry, you can put the retry, and the retry interval 30 seconds, so if you want to retry in case of failure, you can always go ahead and do that. So here is my source tab, and once I click on there, I have a source data set. In the source data set, I have to tell from where exactly I want to read that data. So that file, customer file, we have right here under the input folder in the ADLS Gen 2. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and create new and then select my source, and you can see that Azure Data Lake Storage 2. Then I'm going to continue and then select the type of file I would like to read. It is CSV file, so I'm choosing that one. You have options for Avro, binary, Excel, JSON, ORC, Parquet, and XML. So hit next and now give the name to it. I'm going to call this one DS customer and call the file. Okay, so that's the name of my data set. So that's a pointer to the file, that's a data set, but where link service is the pointer to the actual source. So that means I have to tell like, okay, which source it is ADLS2 or some SQL database or whatever it is. So I can use existing one, but I want to show you how we create the linked service. But once you create the link service to the one source, you will be using that same over and over. You will not be creating for every pipeline. So you will have maybe only one, maybe 5 or 10 link services depending upon the source and destination. Maybe you have 2 SQL servers and 3 ADLS Gen 2 accounts, so you will create 5 of total the link services. But in this case, let's go ahead and create new link service here, and then I'm going to call this one my ls and ADLS 2. Okay, that's my link service, and it tells me it is I'm going to TechBrothers. That's the name of my storage. Now auto resolve, so that's fine. Connect to via integration runtime, that's the compute we will be using when we'll be connecting to this and loading the data or reading the data. We have authentication methods here. I'm going to use the system assign manage identity, and then I will be using this subscription. Then I will be selecting my storage, and I know that my storage is this one. So now we can test our connection and it should be fine, and now we can create so under the hood it is creating this linked service that's pointing to our storage account, and this is our data set that is pointing to our file. Now here we have to provide more details for the file, so I'm going to go ahead and provide the file here, and then we go to the input region, and here we will be selecting customer.csv. Now you have import schema from connections or store, or from sample file or none. So I'm going to go ahead and my file has header and all that, so I'm going to be just fine here as the first row as header, yes, and then you're going to hit OK. You can also if you don't have this, you want to get the schema from the sample file, you can load from there too. But now you see that we have everything pretty much what we needed in here. We have our source defined that is pointing to our customer file. This is my data set, but when I click here, this data set is using this link service that's pointing to my storage, and then these are different specifications for that file we have provided. Now let me go back to here and go to sync, because we will read the data, but we have to write the data to the dedicated SQL pool. So here is my sync data set. So I have to choose one. I can go ahead and if I already have created one, I can choose, but I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. Here I'm going to type a dedicated SQL pool. Once we select the dedicated SQL pool, here we hit continue, and then I'm going to select a dedicated SQL pool. You can say, hey, guess what, from connection store, and then select the table. So it will tells you, hey, this is the table. You can enter manually if you want. You can always have different schemas or all that, but in my case it was just straightforward. I just selected a table, and I know that import schema from this table from the connection, that's fine. But if you have none, you can do that too. Then you go advanced, and in my case I'm fine, because this is the connection. I know this is my table, and I have the same definition what my file is containing, so they're matching. So I can hit OK now, and now it's going to create this connection with this my table. So you see right there, this data set name is SQL pool table 1. I could have given a proper name, but somehow I didn't do that. So we can this is the SQL pool it is using, and you can give a name, and I'm going to call this one DS customer heap DP. Okay, so that's that will make sense now. So we go back to our pipeline again, and now we are all good. We have our source, we have our destination, and we can simply debug. Trigger test runs on current pipeline without publishing your changes to the service. So okay, we got this error. So it's saying, hey, direct copy data to the SQL pool using copy command is the only supported when your data set escape character and code characters are the same. Please fix escape character and code characters or enable staging. Okay, we hit right here, and now it has brought us to our data set for the source. And you see right there, if I will close this, and you can see there, it is asking us, hey, guess what, this both should be double quotes. So I'm going to go ahead and provide a double quote here, and then we should be fine. But also, if you will go here and go to settings, and let's mapping, let me see, here's your source. Yeah, here's the sync. You have copy methods, your copy command. So it is use copy statement to load data from Azure storage into the Azure Synapse Analytics. So this is going to be copy command, right? If you want to use the polybasis high throughput mechanism to load a large amount of data to the Azure Synapse Analytics old SQL pools, or you can use a bulk insert, or you can perform upsert. So for the copy command, those are prerequisites. What we have done that, so we have provided a double quote for the escape character. If I debug again, now we should be fine here. And also one, yep, we should be fine here, yep. it's running right now, and we should see it should read the data and load the data to our table. So right now it's queued, and if I go back here in the table, and if you guys remember, there was no records. If I execute now, and we should be seeing some records pretty soon once this pipeline is completed. So it is in progress right now. I can click on this glasses icon, and it tells me how many bytes it has read, how many files it's reading, and then all the throughput and everything, and total rows written is 6. So let me once it's completed, so successfully completed. Now you can see that it tells you more details, how much time it took, 16 seconds. Now we go back here and execute our script to see the data, and you can see that we have all the records read from our CSV file, and they are present in our customer heap table that's in a dedicated SQL pool. Now as you can see that still we have not published, and maybe I can lose my changes if I will not save it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit publish, and what it is going to do is going to take all those changes and publish them, and they will be saved in our workspace. So whenever we come here under the pipelines, we'll be able to see these pipelines there. Okay, our changes are published now, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to close everything, and then I will come back, and then we'll see. Let's say we are here in the main page, and we have this data. Now we have this table, and we can select the data. Now think about that, maybe my CSV file is changing every hour or 2 hours, and I would like to schedule this pipeline. So I will be going to the integration here, then go to this SQL, this is our pipeline, yes, the CSV dedicated pool, and this is my pipeline. I can add trigger here. Now I can trigger now if I want to run it, or I can also schedule it. So to schedule it, I will go to the new edit, and then I will say, hey, guess what, create new schedule trigger, and now it's called every hour or whatever you want to say. So maybe every 2 minutes. Okay, trigger. Now this is your trigger name. I'm not sure if it will accept the spaces between it, but you can try. And once you can schedule it and start time and all that, and then say like, hey, I want to run every 2 minutes. Now you are all good here, and you want to end the time maybe after 2 days or 5 days. You don't want to run this anymore, and in this case, let's say you will say on 14, and you will say hit OK. Now you can start trigger on creation. Okay, that's fine. And now what I'm going to do, you can provide some time here, and in this case, let's say you're all good. I think we can hit cancel, and now we can hit OK, and now publish it. So publish the changes. What's going to happen, this trigger will be published, and this will run every 2 minutes. After you have set up the trigger, you can see there is a trigger 1 here, and then you can go to the monitoring here, and you can go to the trigger runs, and you can kind of refresh here, and you will be able to see you have all status, executed, succeeded, failed, and everything. So you can take a look from there. So this is how you will be seeing that, and then also you can go to the monitor here and see the pipeline runs. So every time the pipeline is going to run, you are going to be able to see from here as well. So I hope this video is helpful. One more thing I want to show you. If you go to linked services here, right here, let me show you. You have linked services here, and all those pipelines you are creating now, they are going to be showing you related here. So if see, this is our linked service we have created here, and this is pointing to our Azure Data Lake Storage 2, and you can click right here, and it will tell you if the data set is related to this linked service. So here you can see in the second link service right here. So this data set is pointing into this Azure Data Lake Storage 2 Gen 2 somewhere in the file. Now, and here is this one, the same too, so I have created these linked services during the pipeline, and you can see that you can see the objects, how many objects are related to that linked service. So I thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. And here is actually one more thing I want to say. In the integration, you can see the triggers, and the triggers is like type of the triggers, and if it is stopped or it is disabled, whatever. And here is the in the related, you can see this trigger is used for which pipeline. So that give you also this information. So I will see you guys in the next video.